why I believe in destiny. I really do. I'm a fatalist that way.
Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to know if I've seen your mother on other talk shows. She voices her opinion about a lot of your ex-wives and things. How does she feel about Jennifer?
Oh, fine. Actually, you know, a lot of it is, she is very outspoken, but lately she's been cooling it, and everything seems to be going a little bit smoother. Yeah, she likes her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy all your work. You've done terrific. And what I want to know is, in your early days, have you ever fought a professional?
No, but I've boxed many professionals. I learned, thank God I'm in the movies. I've sparred with Joe Frazier, Ali, Roberto Duran, and I'll tell you, it's a lot more fun when you can yell, cut, and not get cut.
Hi, have you been doing any more writing, and are you going to be doing more projects like Rocky V?
Well, Rocky V is the last thing I've written, and I've written a show that I think will go on television called Pals, a TV series. But I'm starting to find myself leaving the writing to other people so I can interpret their works, and not just always do my own.
Yeah.
Which of your roles was your most challenging?
Well, physically, Rambo 3 was certainly the most challenging, and right now, the thing I'm doing, Oscar, is certainly the most challenging because it's split-second timing. There's no time for ad-libbing or being cute. I mean, you got to like this. So, we'll see.
Why did you feel it was necessary to make another Rocky film?
Why? Because the ending, I want it to be like the Cinderella story. I don't want him to end on the note, all of a sudden he went into fantasy land and fought a Russian. I want him to go and end up on the street and become human again, the way we found him. In other words, the dream is over.
So you always planned on making 5?
Yes, I had.
Oh.
People thought I was crazy, but I did, yeah.
Yes.
Do you dye your hair?
I know. Bring in someone else. I'll tell you, if I'm dying, I'm lying if I'm dying. Believe me.
Yes.
I've heard that your mother's somewhat of a psychic. Has she given you any psychic advice lately?
Nothing other than get out of town.
Yes,
No, not lately.
Is there a book about how you got into movies, your life?
Well, I wrote a novel a long time ago, in 1977, which was basically how the genesis of Rocky I, how it became, the miracle of how it got made. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I recognize that you've been through a lot of personal growth, but what I still don't understand is why don't you date women that are just as talented, beautiful, and closer to your age, just like Phil and Marla? Marla.
Who let my mother in here?
Whoa. It's about time for a film clip, isn't it?
Yes.
Let me just show you, Rocky is in bad shape in this film. We got some EKGs and some brain scans, and Rocky is not in a good place at all. So now comes a real fighter, Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, real fighter.
Who's going to try and, Rocky's going to hand him the baton. Watch this scene. This is from Rocky V.
Shoot some 8-ball or something.
Hey! You break your hand on your bum. Where do you work then, huh?
Paul, are you okay? Oh, you should have left them on the street where you found them.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Move out the way. Get him out of here. Hey, what?
Now, you knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down now?
No. In the ring. In the ring. Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. Come on, get out of here.
My ring's outside.
Sage is your son in the movie.
Yes, he is.
And what's his character essentially saying? Pa, get out of the ring. Pa, stay there. Pa, you got to do it.
No, what it is, he's raised in a lap of luxury. I mean, he's never known poverty. I lose everything now. He's thrown into a whole new world, a ghetto life, and he has to acclimate himself to that. But as he's doing this, I realize I have to get out, and I hook myself onto this blonde boy here, who I take him to the top, and then when we get to the top, he betrays me and goes to the big promoter. Meanwhile, I've lost my son because I've forsaken him. I've lost my wife. And now this guy here wants to, I mean, it's a terrible mess. So at this point, I'm trying to win my son back, beg his forgiveness, because I realized all the dreams and all the aspirations that I had for this fighter, I couldn't give him heart. He really had no morals. He had ability, but had no morals. and I gave up the one thing that I love the most, my family, and now I have to get back into them.
So we have Rocky vulnerable again, which was really the...
Yeah, right. He is a cream puff.
We want you to meet Sylvester Stallone's talented son, and we'll do all that in just a moment. Welcome the co-star of Rocky V. Here is Sage Stallone.
Hello, baby. Hi, everybody.
Welcome, young man. Well, Sage, I want you to know something. When they pass out the dads, you want to take the one you already got. This is a very nice thing to see. Not only that, you're working for a living. I hope he paid you. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. It'll take us about... there you go. Now we got it. You enjoyed this, Sage. Tell us about it.
Well, I enjoyed making film.
Did you?
I mean, you know, I got paid.
Oh. Excuse me, like you need it?
I like working with my father.
Excuse me, you're in the will, pal. You don't need it. You're all right.
Look at this. Kisser here. Is this a nice-looking young man?
I
Yes.
liked working with my father.
Yeah.
I liked making the film. I mean, he gave me a lot of advice on the film, and, you know, it was interesting. It was an interesting job.
Now, truthfully, he, you know, that old saying, like, nepotism begins at home and all that, but he had to audition for the part because I didn't want the responsibility of having this on my conscience if he didn't deliver. So as many people as are in this audience auditioned, and he came out on top. And this was not my choice. It was the studio's choice.
Yeah.
So you did very good, boy.
Very, very well. Let me, I want to show you. And it can be no picnic working with your pop, especially when he's at the top of the billing. And you had to be a little scared here.
Oh, please. Especially the first scene. Because I don't know, I had no idea what was going to happen because I was nervous too. And he came out there and I said, my God, he's got nuance. This guy's demolishing me.
No, he's very, very focused, concentrated.
He's really
Let me prove it here. Sage Stallone, at work, Rocky V. Watch this scene.
Let's talk.
You know, I thought we were supposed to be like, you know, be very close. Hey, come on, kid, I love you.
No, you don't.
Sure I do, you know. Remember what the deal was? We were supposed to be, like, tight, like crossed fingers.
No. No, what you want is you and Tommy be tight. That's you really talking about.
Oh, don't say that.
Why can't I say it? Since he's been here, it's Tommy this, Tommy that. You don't have no time for nobody, so I got no time for you.
What are you saying to me, kid? You're like another person.
You're the other person. You said I would be number one to you. You said that and you lied. You lied to me and you lied to Mom.
I never lied to you. Tommy needed my help.
So did I. And remember when you said to watch out for scams and deceptions? You're the one that should have watched out.
Smile, baby. Smile, baby.
How was it working with your dad? I mean, did you really, in the movie, it seems like you guys really expressed yourself, like in a real life, how you guys would, you know, how you had a lot of, you know, and
yeah,
it seems like you really expressed it and it really shows.
Yeah, it was just like everyday living, you know, like when I'm with my father, you know. You know, it's not like I was making a movie. It's like I was really in my own house making this film.
Right.
It's so realistic.
It's true.
Yeah. Your dad didn't spank you, did he, Sage?
No, he didn't.
He does tell an interviewer somewhere that I think you hit him once and then you backed up and he said,
Yeah.
oh.
This is not happening because
How'd you get so smart, though? Because most people who get slugged their kids. It's a neurosis we pass on. Tell me.
It's common knowledge. I mean, I thought about, because I would get a lot of corporal punishment, and I thought, you know, did it ever help me? And when someone appealed to me intellectually, then I would change. So I decided, you know, if I could win his heartstrings, pull on his heartstrings instead of, you know, whacking him, I would get more out of him, and that's what it is. I mean, how many people here enjoy getting hit? You know?
Is this what you...
Then again, leave your number at the gate.
Is this what you've always wanted for your son as a career, to be in the
Did
movie
I want?
industry?
Yes, absolutely. I was hoping that he would be in some some aspect of the business. I didn't know that he would be so good in front of the camera because he's great behind the camera. As a matter of fact, he's like a film historian.
You know, I don't have to tell you, there are, having a father for a celebrity can be a pain in the neck, Sage. You know, it's not something you ask for. I know you love your father very much, and you've seen your share of broken people who grew up, you know, posing for Movie Tone magazine. How'd you handle this? I mean, you probably wouldn't want to be Sly Stallone's son.
No. And he
so
went
what'd
through
you do?
a lot of it.
Did you do something different? You compensate? What'd you do?
Yeah, I did. I constantly boosted his ego in a sense, and constantly also reinforced the fact that I'm just a man. This is my job. It's a job to me. It's not like I don't believe it. I don't wear the costume home, and that he could be just as good as long as he focuses on some aspect of the business. And he did. He started to hook onto it. But I would constantly reinforce and boost and boost and boost his ego, and it seemed to work. It really did seem to work.
Did you take him to openings?
Take him, absolutely.
You did. So you took him right out there with the...
Oh, he was there, and he understood how it works behind the scenes, how a lot of this business is smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, but what about the paparazzi and the limos and that kind of thing? Were you in the middle of that kind of... You've seen that scene, have you not, Sage, when all the people
first
get
word he ever learned was limo.
Yeah, kid limo.
Limo.
Did you mind that, Sage, all that rush to your dad, the flash bulbs, the autographs?
No.
You didn't mind it?
No, I didn't mind it, no.
No, the thing is, he got used to it. It's when he was born into it, which is very much like the movie. That's why he was perfect for the part. He has no idea what it's like to be on the other side, to have to work its way up. He's never gone through that transition from poverty to wealth.
Right.
So I said, do you understand now, this is something that you did not earn. That this is, you're not entitled to this unless you go out and eventually do it yourself, because this is what I got through hard work. And you can get it too, but you cannot get it from me. You can learn from me, but you cannot get it from me.
Yeah. Now, you sound like a very good rabbi. Now, where did you get this savvy for a kid who had a big void in his own childhood?
I read your book. No, it's just the way I wanted to be treated. That's it, that's all.
I wondered, were you ever afraid that your son might pick up some things of your movies, like violence, run around with guns and gangs?
Well, see, he knows how it all works. See, to him, it's not, he realizes it's pretend, it's fake, so he's not caught up in it. As a matter of fact, the magic has gone out when he gets behind the scenes to see how it is done. So, no.
I was noticing you watching both clips, the one of you and the one of you and your son, and you were very intent in watching them, and I was just wondering what was going on in your mind.
I'm saying, where's the music? What it is I'm so into the editing. I'm looking for flaws. Even now that it's too late, that's my habit. I keep looking and looking and looking. I say, boy, I could have made that cut. I could have made that cut.
You go to your screenings, too, as well.
Yeah.
And you sneak in the back row.
Yes.
You probably wear a cap. Get there a little late.
Right.
That's got to be some kind of a nervous wreck type of experience.
It's the worst. It is the worst. I've had some good ones and I've had some horrendous ones.
Where you thought it would be, and it didn't.
Whoa, boy. You can hunt deer in the theater. And some are great. You never know.
Yes, ma'am.
You two seem to complement each other really good in this movie. Do you think you'll be doing more projects together?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I have a feeling that probably in about 10 years he'll be directing me. I mean, I have that, because he's very good that way.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of you at the Cannes Film Festival. I was wondering if Arnold Schwarzenegger is a good dancer and who led.
Well, put it this way. I'm not... who has the arm on the shoulder? The woman? Is that it when you dance? Is the woman? Then I led!
Do you have any other children?
Yes, I have one son who's autistic. His name is Sergio.
Let's take a moment. You've been very thoughtful in your public commentary about this is a catastrophic mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Your son, Sergio, lives in a very dark corner, as you put it. And there really isn't, you hope for miracles, I'm sure, like every other parent would, but you're also realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So your love is unconditional. You see him, and it's got to be a heartache you take with you every day of your life. What do you do? Do you get inured? How do you do this?
It comes in waves, though. It does. It's really interesting. It's like a biorhythm. Sometimes you become incredibly thoughtful, and you become very self-incriminating to yourself, and because you say, "Oh, it had to be my fault," and then others you become very philosophical and say, "Yeah, perhaps he's in a better place." But like you say, it's always with you, and it's a void that can never be filled, and it was probably harder for Sage than myself, because I know that he doesn't like to talk about it, but it was his only brother, and being of that age, when he's 5 years old, it's hard to understand that. So it was very traumatic for him.
Did you know immediately? And I mean, when do you take this bullet as a parent? At the hospital, or when do you realize?
Yeah, it's like you see in a television show or a movie. He was totally normal for 2 years, and one day he just began to be more and more reticent, reserved, and then shunned all affection. And we took him in, and they said, "Well, he's autistic." I said, "No, you've made a mistake." He says, "No." And I said, "Well, what will he be able to do?" He said, "Nothing. Nothing." I said, "No, I mean, can he at least become physically active?" He said, "No. No, nothing." So then you become very aggressive towards the doctor at that moment. He said, "How dare you?" He says, "No, I'm telling you. I want to be very honest with you. This child will be like you said, in the shadows. Will want nothing to do with you. Will reject you. You must understand this. And it's up to you how you handle it. But that's the facts." And we started at that point, and we've come full circle with it. We've come to terms with it.
Well, it helps you count your blessing, doesn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't get mad at stoplights when you see this kind
I
of...
tell you what it has done, and I'll be quite candid with you. It makes me very impatient with people that have everything and quit, that have their health, that have their mind, have all their senses, and don't do anything with it. And I say, you know, look at all these kids that could use that, and they don't have it, and these people just waste it.
Rocky V opens November 16th. Yes, the star wrote the script, and yes, his son does co-star in this film. Rocky at the end of the line. You wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Seriously, didn't you?
Well, I know I got a little carried away, but I thought, yes, I did. Because
And you got overruled.
Major. And it was also a stupid idea, but I wanted to do that every time. Every time. I think it has something to do with my marriages. You know? No.
Do you have a favorite charity?
Well, I am part of the Autistic Society. That I